Hello students, welcome to Sources classes. Today we'll be solving the ISI MSQE question paper of year 2016. Today we'll be solving question number 1, question number 2 and question number 4 from the ISI MSQE paper. So let's start with question number 1. In question number 1 it is said that if function f goes from R to R and function g goes from R to R and such that f of x is equal to ax plus b and g of x is equal to cx plus d, then f of gx is equal to g of fx. This holds if and only if f of a is equal to g of c, f of b is equal to g of b, f of d is equal to g of b, and f of c is equal to g of a. So basically we've been told that f and g are two functions which goes from R to R. Also the definitions of these functions have been given such that f of x is equal to ax plus b and g of x is equal to cx plus d. Now we have to find out the condition where f of g of x is equal to g of f of x. So let us solve this particular relation. Now f of gx is equal to gx is equal to cx plus d and f of x is equal to ax plus b. This implies that f of cx plus d is equal to a into cx plus d plus b, and that is equal to g. Now g of ax plus b is equal to, let me rub it out, g of ax plus b is equal to c into ax plus b plus d. Now once we break it down, it comes down to acx plus ad plus b, and here it comes down to cax plus bc plus d. Now we cancel out acx and acx on both these sides, and this leaves us with ad plus b is equal to cb plus d. Now we can write ad plus b is equal to, we can write it as f of d, and cb plus d we can write it as g of b. So basically we can write that f of d is equal to g of b, which is the option C. So question number 1, the option C is the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next question. In the next question, which is question number 2, it is said that a box contains 90 good and 10 defective screws. Now if 10 screws are drawn without replacement, then the probability that none of them is defective is given by 90c10 upon 10c10, 90 to the power 10 upon 100 to the power 10, 90p10 upon 100p10, and none of the above. So basically in a box there are 90 good screws plus 10 defective screws. So total there are 100 screws in the box. Now if 10 screws are drawn at random from this box, the probability that none of the screws is defective can only happen if the 10 screws are taken out from the 90 good screws. So therefore the probability or the number of ways, let us start with the number of ways, the ways in which no screw is defective is the case where we are taking out the 10 screws from the 90 good screws. So that will be equal to 90 C10. Now the number of ways in which we can take out any number of screws, the number of ways in which we can take out ten screws from the box is equal to 100 C10. From 100 screws, total 100 screws, we are taking out 10 screws, so that is 100 C10. So in that case, the required probability of the case where no defective screw is present, no defective screw is picked out rather, is given by 90 C10 upon 100 C10. So this is the option A, which is the correct option. Now we will move on to the next question. In the next question, which is question number 4, we are supposed to find out the value of limit of 3x square minus sine of 5x upon x square plus 2 where x tends to minus infinity. So we have to find out the value of the limit 3x square minus sine of 5x upon x square plus 2 where x tends to minus infinity. We have to find out the value of this limit. Now what we'll do over here, we'll divide numerator and denominator by x square. So that turns out the limit of x tends to the power minus infinity. It is minus infinity over here, sorry, minus infinity. So when we divide the numerator and denominator both by x square, then it comes down to 3 minus sine of 5x upon x square divided by 1 plus 2 by x square. Now let me use a different thing to show the limit in a better way. Now we know that for any value of x, sine of 5x always lies in the range minus 1 to 1. This is the range where sine of 5x lies. So if we divide any such kind of number by x square where x tends to minus infinity, in that case sine of 5x by x square tends to 0 as x tends to minus infinity. Basically we can write like this. So if we put x equal to minus infinity in the limit over here, in that case this entire portion tends to 0 and 2 by x square also tends to 0. So basically we can write the limit in the format. So the value that it will take over here is 3 minus 0 upon 1 plus 0, and this is equal to 3, which is the option D. So today we have solved question number 1, 2 and 4 from the ISI MSQE paper of year 2016. We will be solving the next questions in the subsequent videos. Till then, keep watching Saurabh's classes videos for more solutions and content. All the best for your upcoming exams, and thank you very much.